Hello friends. So in this lecture, in this video, we'll talk about some basic built-in functions which can be used on any string data type. Okay. So without wasting time, let's start. I'm sharing my screen, and here this is the anaconda, and I'm creating a new variable that is let's say s, and the string is uh, I am Akshay Daga. Yeah. So this is the string. Now I'll show you that some of the basic functions which you can use on string. So very first one was length of s. It will give me the length of string, including all the blank spaces. Okay. Then if I want to find any of the uh, like I want to get the index of any of the character from the string, then how I can do that? In our earlier lecture, we have seen that if you have a string and you know the indexes, you can get the substring of that string. Okay, you can get the particular character from that string using index. Now it is exactly opposite. Now you want you know which character is present over there, and you want to get what is the index of that character. Okay, so for that, s dot, if you click on tab, you will get list of all the possible, all the available functions on that variable. Okay, so I'll do use the find. If I write fi and then press tab, I'll it will be completed automatically. It is auto complete function in anaconda, and I'll pass the character which I want to find. So I am passing a, small a. So it gave me 2. Why is that the case? Because I'll show you. So our string was our string was I am Akshay Daga. So I'll talk about forward indexing. It is 0, then blank space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it is 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay. So here also you get to know that, okay, total of uh, 0 to 15 index, the length is 16. Okay. So when I try to find a, so there are multiple a's in there, but find will always return you the lowest index where it finds that character a. So here in this case it is this one a, and the index for that is 2. Okay. So if you do f s dot find, you can pass multiple characters as well. So for example, I'll pass sh. Okay. So it gave me 7 because sh is found over here, and it will return the minimum of the index. So 7 8, here it found the sh and it returned 7. Okay. Not only that, but what if it doesn't find any of the character? For example, s dot find, and I'm trying to search character z. It is not present in my list. Then it will return -1. Okay. This is how you can use find function on any string. Now there is one more function, that is s dot count. Okay. What it will do? It will count the number of occurrences of the mentioned character. So I'll search a. So how many times a occurred in our string? So a occurred 1, then 2, then 3, and 4. 4 times. Okay. So this is how count works. Then the next function is, see, in count also you can pass multiple characters. So I'll pass again ks. Okay. It found it only one time. Fine. Now the next function is split, s dot split. So from name itself, you get to know how it works. And if you don't know anything about that function, then just like I mentioned in my earlier video, you write the name of the function, keep the cursor over here, and press shift tab. You will get the definition of that function. What is the syntax, and some basic idea what it returns, and those things. What is the default delimiter? So when I write s dot split and I haven't passed any of the thing in this function, then the default delimiter is blank space. So you can see my string is splitted into multiple different words. Like it split the whole string by blank space. Why space? When I don't mention anything, then it will split it by the space. Okay. If I and the output is list. What is list? How it works? Will not talk about this at this point. In next video, we will talk more about list, what it is, how it is, what are the benefits, all that thing. So if I do s dot split, if I mention one of the character, one or multiple character. So right now I'm passing value a. See, my whole string is now splitted by the character a. So my first a character is here at index 2. So you can see in my first element, it is I and space, both are there. Then after this a, m space a k s h, that is in my second, that is considered as my second element. So in this way, you can split the string. Now, some basic operation s dot after split upper, from name itself you get to know it is going to convert my string into uppercase. So all the alphabets are now converted from lowercase to uppercase. So this is how it works. Now s dot similarly lower. So all the alphabets are converted into, all the characters are converted from, may it be uppercase or lowercase, all the converted into lowercase. So that is s dot lower. Similarly, this is my original s variable. Now if I do s dot swap case, so from name itself you get to know it is going to swap the case. It will convert all the uppercase character to the lowercase and lowercase character to the uppercase. See, and it exactly gave me the expected output. Now s dot title. So it is nothing but normal, just like normal English. What it does, for each word, whatever is the first alphabet, that is converted into uppercase, and the remaining all other alphabets are converted to the lowercase. So you can see now in this string, all the first character of each word are now capital case. Similarly, s dot capitalize. So how it is, and how it is different from all above functions like upper, lower, and swap case and title. Here you can see it only converted very first character of the string to the uppercase. Not every word, just first character of the string. Okay. It converted to the uppercase. And remaining all other character are kept as a lowercase. So that is nothing but a title. Now there is a reversed function. Okay. But we'll talk about it at the end. Then some strip character is there. Like let's say there is another variable that is t, and I'll write it as a space akshay space. Okay. Now if I write t, you can see it is space akshay space. Now if I do t dot strip, what it will do? It will remove all the blank spaces from right and left. There I'll rewrite it. I'll create multiple spaces at front and at the end. Now my t, I have modified the variable t. Now I'm again running the strip. It removed all the blank spaces from right as well as left. From right as well as left. Okay. Now what if you want to just remove the blank character, white space character from right? Then you can use t dot r strip, like right strip, that is r strip. So it will remove all the blank character, white space character from right. Similarly, t dot l strip. So it will remove all the blank space character from left. Okay. Then yeah, there is one more string, that is t dot replace. Okay. T dot replace. So here you have to mention, I'll do the shift tab. See, you can see you have to mention old and new. So what character you want to replace? So in that Akshay, let's say I want to replace y by z. Okay. So I'll say y, just replace y by Z. Okay, so it replaced it. If I print the original one, the original one is as it is. Just only the whatever operation is performed, the output of that is shown over here, but the original string is as it is. Okay, so this is how replace works. Now, yeah, I'll create one more variable, Z equal to Akshay \t Daga. So \t is a character used for tab. Okay, so if I do that and if I print Z, so it is as it is. Now what I want to do, I want to expand all the tabs present in the string. So I'll do Z, then it is nothing but expand tabs. Okay, so you can see wherever \t is there, it will replace that \t by tab. Then yeah, there is one more function that is nothing but okay, I'll create a string. I'll create a string t equal to Akshay. I'll keep it as a space. Okay, now there is a function as a center. What it does, it takes two parameters, like what should be the width of output string and what are the characters you want to fill the remaining like whatever the remaining characters, what you want to fill it with. So what I'll do, I'm using the t string. On that I'm applying the function center. The total length should be, let's say, total final length of the string should be 40, and whatever are the blank spaces, just place hash there. See, this is now the length of this is to 40. This is at the center, whatever was the original string, that is kept as it is, space Akshay space, and whatever are the remaining spaces there, the hash is placed. Okay, so that is the center function. Now, so these are the basic functions. Okay, here using these functions you can do some basic operation on string, and I think you understood that. Okay, two more functions are remaining. Those are little bit complicated, not complicated, but some advanced. So first one is reversed. Reverse is a function and you pass your string as a parameter to it. So when I do reverse t, see, it gave me some output, but it is not printing anything. So what I'll do, for the sake of printing, I'll do one thing. I'll try to print it. Let's see whether it gives some output or not. It is not giving any output. Okay, that's fine. I'll try to convert whatever is the output of the reversed function. I'll try to convert it into a list. What is list? Don't worry about it as of now. Just I'm converting it to print list. Okay, so you can see it reversed the string t. Okay, and because I have converted it into a list, that's why you can see it in the form of list. We have done the same using this, like in our last video we have seen -1. This is how you can get the reversal. This is another way. It is using built-in function. Okay, reverse. Then there is a function join. For that I'll use some basic. T1 equal to Akshay and T2 equal to Daga. Okay. Now what I'll do, T1 dot join T2. See, now you might be confused of what is happening. Actually, what happening after each character of T2, the whole string T1 is placed. You can see D, then the whole string T1, Akshay, then A, then whole string T1, then G, then whole string of T1, then A. So that is how join works. Similarly, how should I show it? So I'll take the blank space dot join and I'll write T2. So similarly, what should happen? After each character of T2, there should be a space. Let's see. And this is how exactly you got the output. Our output is expected as per our understanding. So yeah, these are the basic operation, basic built-in functions which can be used on string. There are some more functions I'll talk about that in my next video. So that's it, guys. I hope you understand something, you got some knowledge out of this video. And if you like this video, please uh, hit the like button. If you have any doubt, you can put it into a comment box. Then share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. This is Akshay Daga signing off. Bye bye.